Welcome friends, my name is Siddhi Madye and my topic is clinical application of Pratyaksha Praman. What does it mean exactly? Pratyaksha Praman means the first hand evidence. Here, the Pratyaksha means direct perception through the sensory organs and Praman means the proof or the means of knowledge. Therefore, Pratyaksha Praman collectively called as the knowledge perceived through the sensory organs. This knowledge is devoid of the doubt. It is considered as most primary and important tool for the diagnosis, prognosis, inference, conclusion and treatment of the diseases. It is the means of acquiring knowledge through the medium of sense organs and self experiences. Pratyaksha Praman forms the basis for Anuman Praman. The process of obtaining knowledge through the Pratyaksha Praman is first the soul comes in contact with the mind, that is the Mana, then mind comes in contact with the sensory organs, that is Indriya. Indriya comes in contact with the object, that is Indriyartha, to acquire the proper knowledge of the respective object. For example, if we touch to the eyes, then first Atma comes in contact with the Mana, then Mana connects with the Sparshanendriya, then Sparshanendriya connects with the eyes and we perceive the sensation of coldness. Now, let's see the clinical importance or application of the Pratyaksha Praman. Direct perception is extensively employed for the clinical examination of the patient, disease, and identification of raw as well as prepared drugs. In clinical examination of patient and disease, the physician gains the knowledge about status of patient condition and disease manifestation with the help of Pratyaksha Praman through the sense organs. This can be classified into 5 types based on the sense organs involved. First is the auditory perception, auscultation, percussion or the Shrotra Pariksha. It is useful to understand pathology in various conditions through the medium of sound. For example, gurgling sounds in intestine, that is the Antrakujan, or examination of the intestinal peristalsis, crepitus in the joints, cracking or popping sounds in the joints, other specific sounds like hiccups, breath, cough, etc. The modern technological advancement led to the invention of many instruments that help to assess these sounds. Stethoscope is the instrument vital for auscultation of the lung, auscultation for the cardiac sounds, abdominal auscultation for the peristalsis, etc. These are the normal lung sounds. These are the abnormal lung sounds. These are the normal heart sounds. These are the abnormal heart sounds. Second is the tactile perception, palpation or the sparshan. The physician palpates the patient for the examination. Here, the tactile perception is the medium to gain the knowledge about the normal or abnormal characters of the body. The hotness, coldness, softness, hardness, smoothness, roughness can be perceived through the tactile perception. Thus, the temperature of the skin can be checked during the fever. Skin texture, dryness, and the roughness of the skin of different people and in different disorders. It is the comparable with the palpation of the body to understand the body temperature, pulse diagnosis, tenderness, rigidity, lump, organomegaly, size of the palpable organs, its borders and surfaces, etc. For example, in case of liver palpation, the right hand is placed along the approximate anatomical position of the liver and try to palpate the lower border of the liver with the radial margin of the index finger. In case of liver ascites, the peritoneal cavity is filled with the fluid and hence it becomes difficult to palpate the liver. Hence, in this case, the dipping method is used for the palpation of the liver. Here, one hand is placed over the other hand and try to palpate the liver in dipping manner with the inspiration and expiration. Third is the visual perception or the darshan. Through the medium of visual perception, the complexion, shape, location, appearance, form, size or measurements, altered complexion, normalcy, abnormal characteristics, good nourished build and malnourished build can be assessed. The advent of investigation techniques like endoscopy, CT scans, MRI have made the visual inspection more precise. Visual inspection is done to assess the abnormalities like pallor, cyanosis, edema, skin lesions, deformities, etc. Fourth one is the olfactory perception or the Grahana Pariksha. In this method, olfactory perception helps to examine the smell of the body fluids or the body odor. The olfactory perception is used to determine the abnormality. For example, the blood and the menstrual blood have specific smell. The ooze have smell of the fried grain or the laja gandha. The reproductive fluids have smell similar to the honey. The discharges from the wound have different smells. Fifth one is the gustation or the rasana pariksha. This can't be done by the physician himself. It is done either indirectly by interrogation or by inspection. The Pratyaksha Praman can be applicable as a tool for teaching and learning methodology. Direct perception and experimental type of knowledge is very important for understanding various aspects of the Ayurveda. For example, a surgeon should dissect human cadaver to know the anatomical aspects of every organ in the body before performing the surgeries. Observational knowledge obtained through the Panchakarma procedures is based upon practical application of the Pratyaksha Praman. Pratyaksha Praman can be used as the research tool. Pratyaksha Praman refers to the knowledge acquired by direct observation or the practical experiences. The primary collection of the data involves the application of Pratyaksha Praman, in which researcher notes the phenomena directly observed by him or her. In case of patients of liver cirrhosis, urticaria, herpes, shvitra, arthritis, polio, paralysis, and malnutrition, the disease can be assessed simply by looking at the patient. In this way, the Pratyaksha Praman can be applied in clinical examination and different fields. Thank you.